Are y'all ready for some basketball wives news? Are y'all ready for basketball wives in general? Actually, are you ready for a double dose of basketball wives? Sky Squad, we are back in the building and we got to talk about basketball wives premiering in October. Oh yes, the ladies are back. Let's get into what Shaunie O'Neal, the EP of it all, had to say.
Anyway, there's a new Basketball Wives city, Orlando. We're adding
Which we already knew.
Orlando to the franchise. And they're, some young girls. They just got other stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on. So, yeah,
I think that one of those young ladies used to date Four from Black Ink Crew. If you haven't been following Four from Black Ink Crew, I'm just gonna let you follow him. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
that's tune in for that. It'll premiere the same time as Basketball Wives LA, which I believe is October 9th.
So we got dates, y'all. That is very, very soon. So I was wondering, let's review some dates, right? Real quick. We have the the streets are alleging that once the reunion for Atlanta is over, that'll be in September, right? So I was like, what are we gonna have to watch in October? Because the rumor is that Potomac won't start until November 5th, along with Married to Medicine. And then also the same week, or I guess the week before, November 1st, is when Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is allegedly starting. So I was like, what are we gonna be watching in October? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's gonna be on that we can like really sink our teeth into? Now we know we get a double header for Basketball Wives. So we're getting Basketball Wives LA, and we're also getting Basketball Wives Orlando. Let's get more into the tea.
If I have that right. Anyway, there's a new basketball. What's the most challenging thing about Basketball Wives brand? Is it's the people, the viewers. Like watching reality TV, people get super invested, and it's great because you become a fan of the show and you watch. But I think they take everything very literal, and it's such a small part of our lives.
Here's the part that I guess kind of annoys me sometimes when people talk about, fans being invested in the show. You want fans to be invested in your shows. You want fans to feel passionate about it. I mean, definitely not to the point where, they're threatening, cast members or production or anything like that. But you want them to feel passionately about it, and you want there to be conversation and dialogue surrounding your shows. That's just the nature of the world that we live in today. You know what I'm saying? And so that's just kind of what comes with it. But, this idea that, that's a downside, it's also a plus because that will mean that just as much as somebody may equally dislike someone also equally likes that person. It is what it is.
Lives that you really don't know us completely, but it's easy to think you do. So that's a little challenging, but I think I've been doing it so long. It's been 13 years. I probably have some extra thick skin that not much bothers me about what people think.
It'll
Anyway,
be interesting to see how these new ladies in Orlando deal with, people's opinions and that sort of things. And I'm actually really more excited about LA because I feel like this season is going to be very interesting. Now, Brittany Renner is allegedly a cast on the show. I don't know if you guys have seen her lately. She's been making the news for some really interesting things that she did on a podcast. She was throwing water at the host, and I don't listen. They could have. I don't know if they deserved it or not. I don't know what was going on. She was at one point grinding all up on the dude. Like, then she poured water on him and she poured water at the other host. She threw a water bottle at somebody. It was real, like it was I mean, it was given a little unhinged, but I mean, maybe that'll make for a great show. Who knows? So let me know if you guys will be tuning in to Basketball Wives October 9th. We got some content for October, which I'm excited about. So that's real quick, actually, especially considering that the other season just kind of ended faster than we're getting most shows these days. So kudos to Basketball Wives for keeping it popping. The next thing I want to ask you guys about is this question right here. Are these two women twins? Just chime down in the chatterization. Are these two women twins? Twinsies. Okay. Are they twins? Also, is this Sheree Whitfield's worst photo? And if it is, why in the world is it still on her Instagram page? Okay. Let's get into a T. The T. All right. So this is coming from our friends over at OMFG Reality TV and slash our last story came from Reality Chat. All links will be in the description down below if you're watching this on YouTube. Okay. With that being said, spoiler alert for this coming week's episode of the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. And we have Sheree discussing the Bob Whitfield of it all and his daughter Candace and her not being surprised and her really not caring and the kids knowing and her still not caring. And the reason they didn't tell her because she didn't care. The basis of this conversation is she who don't care. Okay. But the other basis for this conversation is she who looks like Drew. Okay. Does she look like Drew? You be the judge. Let us know in the comments down below because Candy and Drew think that she does, especially in this photo right here. Now, on a speak on it, I think it was from June the 11th, they pull up a clip of Candy calling Drew and saying, hey, Sheree out here with a new face looking like you. Now, I don't believe it was just the new face thing that is the topic of conversation here. Sheree clearly looks different. Let's be honest about it. Whether you think she looks better or worse, that is your opinion, not mine. I'm not here to judge anybody on their looks. But it is clear to me that there is something very different about her face. And whatever it is, God bless her. Okay. But it's evident. Okay. And so as a result, they talk about whether it was makeup or whatever the case may be, in which she apparently looks like Drew now. Now, I don't know if she looks like Drew specifically, okay? I don't know if she looks like Drew specifically. She who looks brand new, definitely looks brand new. It is what it is. Let's call a thing a thing. Let's be real about it, right? So I don't know whether or not, but anyway, she also insults Drew because she says, that was my worst picture that you guys are comparing, okay? And she says, if I was Drew, I would be insulted. Why do they keep coming for Drew and her looks? Why do they keep coming for why do they be coming for her like that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's up to y'all. Listen, chime down in the chat. Does she look like Drew? Okay. Or does she just look brand new? Let me know in the chatterization down below. All right. So now we need to talk about the fakery of it all. What is the fakery, you might ask? Well, the Love and Hip Hop fakery of it all with Amara La Negra. And all of these things that she's saying about this fake storyline between her, this alleged, let me put up the alleged badge, fake storyline betwixt her and Safari, all right, which she willingly took part of and then willingly told us was fake. Let's take a look at what Shay has to say, because Shay is like, not me, girl.
Place are my business. If you want to go around telling people you didn't allegedly have sex with Safari, cap, fine. But don't make these statements that will affect other people on the show.
All right. And so what I believe she is talking about here is statements that will affect other people on the show is, listen, if you are on a reality TV show and you are alleging to the world that your storyline is fake, what that alludes to is then that the rest of the people's storylines could also most likely be fake. And everything that we're seeing is simply a lie for the sake of ratings, right? And so what that does is, I told you guys before, it jeopardizes the credibility of the show, because otherwise we could be watching a scripted show on the Netflix or some other, network or whatever like that. But we're watching the reality TV of it all because we want at least a little dose, a little petri dish of reality. You know what I'm saying? We understand that reality television is sort of put together in a certain to a certain degree. The people are put together sometimes, but the way they respond should be real, right? So she's like, don't impact the rest of us, girl, because you wanna escape the drama of your storyline because we need our jobs.
Come on now, Amara. Like, that's why I just pulled back. Like, I do love her, but it's a lot of times she does. Like, it's stuff that's gonna come out on the show that, like, listen, it's a lot of things that happen in my life, period, that I didn't want to deal with, that I don't want to deal with now. But reality is, you're going to face situations. There's going to be hurdles in your life that you just have to figure out how to get over. And this is just one of those situations. Okay, Safari played you. He lied to you. You're not the first or the last. I've been lied to and played too. But don't do that. Don't do the cat. Don't make it seem like Love and Hip Hop is paying you to play a role and now you an Oscar performing actress now. No, that's not the case. So I just had to throw my little 2 cents up in there.
I think a comment here that I see right at the top really summarizes what she is saying here, and that is excuse for the slow people in the back part, but it says, for the slow people in the back, it's not just about Amara relationship. She's saying, if you're claiming they made you gather a storyline, that means people are going to think everybody has a storyline, which isn't fair to the people who have put their lives out there. And I totally, 100% agree with this comment for the most part, because I get it. Now you are jeopardizing everyone because you want to get out. You want to get this. You want to get in front of a storyline before it really begins to impact you. And I just don't think that's cool.
She really need to stop. And all that's cap, because it's been all over the blogs. Amara said her storyline fake. Amara is a mother effing lie. Okay? She's a liar when it comes to that. That statement was BS. And I don't care who tells her. It was. It's like, come on, girl, stop playing. Now you messing with other people money and other people lives. This is a real.
Okay. She is at this point in time starting to show her child. So I'm gonna take that off camera. I just don't show children on the channel if I can help it. And listen, there's nothing wrong with her child. Don't get me wrong. I just don't, I don't feel like I have it's just a thing for me.
Real situation. My daughter.
All right, let me pull it back up.
Is real. My baby daddy is my baby daddy with his crazy ass. Like, nah, you ain't finna have people thinking I just sat around and said, hey, let's come up with a story. Like, no, bitch. No, and you didn't either. Like, don't let me tap into really what's going on, Amara. Like, stop. You trying to save yourself, but that wasn't the way to go. You was better off just owning up to it. Like, yeah, I smashed and I passed. Now I'm on my other journey somewhere else. Like, come on, keep it G. Stop playing.
I agree with everything that Shay is saying right here. I 100% agree. I feel like, if you took an L on a situation, take an L on a situation and keep it pushing. It will be in the news today and then somebody else will be in the news tomorrow. That's the way it goes. But to, get up on there and talk about how smart you are and then go on and say, well, it's all fabricated, it's all fake. Girl, do you want your job or not? Like, who does that? Again, to me, she will be fired on the spot. Okay, on the MFN spot. You want to go out here? You want to jeopardize the credibility of the show, even when people are already questioning it? Go ahead, fine, go ahead and do that. But you're gonna be smart enough, and you don't have to be smart in the unemployment line. Okay, when it comes to what I would do. All right. And y'all know I'm not even here for firing people. You know what I'm saying? Because I want everybody to work, especially people of color. You know what I'm saying? Especially on these types of shows. So for me to say that, it really enrages me because I'm like, girl, like just if listen, do your job, shut up and go home. Collect your check, baby. I mean, if that's all you doing, but if you trying to get in front of the storyline because you are ashamed of having some type of liaison with this man, then girl, you just gotta sometimes you gotta take the L. You take the L and move on. You know what I'm saying? But and especially if what Shay is saying is true, if you did take an L and you don't want to look like you took an L, so to get out of looking like you took an L, you saying it's all fake? Fired. All right, with that being said, y'all, thank you for tuning in. I will be on vacation for the next couple of days, so if you don't get content from me, just know that I am litty in the city. And I'm not sure. I'm traveling on Monday, so I don't know. I may not be able to get the Atlanta review up on Monday, but it may go up on Monday. I'm not necessarily sure. It just depends on the time that I have. So it may have to go live on Tuesday. With that being said, I will catch you all in the next video.
So, Desiree Davenport, what are you hoping to accomplish with this show?
Honestly, I've lost everything in the most horrible way possible. And listen, I want it all back. I'm willing to build it piece by piece, and I mean brick by brick.
Oh, honey, she is done. I bet you a Birkin she doesn't last all season with us. Just watch.
I'm Misha Hill, and I'd like to consider myself the matriarch of this dynamic group of ladies. I mean, someone has to keep them under control.
I'm Davita Delaney.
I mean, I think I could teach these ladies a thing or two about how to get and keep a good man.
They said she was a gold digger. She ain't that for me. I'm just really looking forward to being surrounded by other empowering bosses.
Yes, I know exactly what she's doing. And if she keep playing in my face, I'm gonna have to let her off her dirty little secrets just like she did to me. And I'm not playing.
Let's get this straight. If I brought you into this circle, I just as easily can take you out. She ain't running nothing over here, okay? She needs to be worried about running that household and worried about why that husband of hers is never at home.
Oh, hell.
Ooh, child, this is about to be a mess.
Oh my God, I hate mess. What in the world did I get myself into?